I got all this without spending a single
I don't care! I play the game how I want to play the game! It's my choice! It's my body!
Guys, should I like start explaining mutexes and scoped locks and stuff to you lot? Because clearly you're all talking about things no one cares about. I should probably join in on the fun.
You should join, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, look at my screenshot. Let me explain why mutex to you lot is. Basically, let's say we have, like, memory, right? And inside we have a variable. It's equal to 0. And so we have one thread, we have 2 thread, and they're both trying to do +1 to this variable. Let's mark them t1 and t2. This variable will be v. So if we do this, then for example, t2 reads the 0, right? It reads the 0, does +1 equals to 1. So it replaces the 0 with a 1. But at that moment, t1 also had a 0 read, and it does 0 plus 1 equals 1, and it replaces the 1 with also 1. Now, a mutex can help us solve that issue. So if we, if this thread reads a 0, and before that puts on a mutex, let's mark it with blue, for example. If it puts on a mutex, then this thread needs to wait for it. It's still waiting, right? So we can do +1 and then send it to the RAM. So this will this is 1, and now this thread puts on its own mutex, and now it has the 1 because it waited for this mutex to drop. So now it has 1, and then it does 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and it replaces the 1 with a 2. So we can see this in practice if we, by the way, file background, if we open Java start stroke and do this small little example int v, let's create a mutex here and some threads. What t1 is, yeah, we have a function increment, and let's do this a million times. We want to do v plus equals 1, which means we add 1 to v. V by default equals 0. And then 2 threads at the same time do increment. Bam, bam, t1.join, t2.join. This lets the threads execute in different threads, which means at the same time pretty much. And then we print the v. Let's see what the value will be. That's not 2 million, that's 1 million and a little bit. That's crazy. But if we do m.lock and then m.unlock before each plus equals, which means we lock down the mutex, as I've mentioned previously, and then we add an unlock, then it becomes 2 million. And so if there's a, let's say, if we have, if v is equal to 10, we just throw, which pretty much means an error. Oh no, return. We just drop out of the function completely. Then we never reach this m.unlock, which means we never unlock the mutex, and the next time we want, because the way it works is, when this locks the mutex, this thing is waiting for the mutex to unlock. So it will wait for the unlock that never happens, and so we reach a deadlock. Literally nothing's been printed because we can't get the mutex to unlock. So there's this amazing, awesome, tacular thing called std scopes lock. Let's name it M. let's name it L and give it M, the mutex. So when this lock goes out of scope, which means we have this curly brace, when it meets this curly brace, then this scoped lock will die. And when it dies, it will unlock the mutex automatically. But also, when we return, we also go out of scope. So no matter how we go out of scope, this lock will die. And we will get our result, which is 10.
Right.
This is really cool, or something like that. Well, usually.
I'm feeding this fat ass real quick. Come here, Tato!
I'm gonna go drink tea and then join up for the programming course that I'm taking from my man. Yes, he's a man, and he's teaching me competitive programming. And he's a man.
Competitive gooning?